So what theologians did to the biblical language is they took ideas that were foreign to the Bible and they redefined words based on these foreign theological concepts. So if we take an idea like compassionate, in both the Hebrew and the Greek of the New Testament, it means a profound emotional response to suffering and need. So when anybody who knew that word would run across it, in both Hebrew and Greek, they would think, oh, that person, that individual, be they divine, angelic, or human, the initial obvious reading of that word would be, oh, that person has a profound emotional response to suffering or need. So what the theologians did is they took, it's like they empty the word of its original meaning, and then they restuff it with compassionate. When it applies to God, it means simply commanding things to happen that benefit certain people. And so then the recipients of those blessings would say, oh, God has compassion on me. It's not that he feels anything because he sees my suffering and need. It's simply that I'm suffering and I have need, and he has sovereignly dictated, commanded something to happen. And so they say a word when it applies to a human being is not the same as the word when it applies to God. And so basically they went through the scripture and they divest all human-like emotional responsive type terms of their obvious meaning that it would have had to a Bronze Age sheep herder like Moses. And instead they restuff it with ideas that would have made sense to a pagan Greek philosopher. And I got comments in people responding to my comments about them redefining God and making it impossible to see God revealed in Jesus Christ by saying, oh, you don't understand that theologians are just using the words differently when they apply to God. They still believe God is compassion. No, it's as if you took the word red and you divest it of all its obvious meaning, and instead you say the word red now means blue. And so when we say red of man, it means one thing, but when we say red of God, it actually means blue. So they've actually redefined terms. This is tricky. This is called spiritual warfare. The devil is no dummy. He's super smart. And people that haven't studied language and things like that, you're not going to catch this. So you think when you come across the word compassionate, when the theologians are talking about God, they're talking about the same thing you're thinking of, but they're not. And then they're going to study you out of it. So again, you're not going to be able to see the glory of God in the face of Christ.